My Pittsburgh Steelers still don't. We have Mason Rudolph at quarterback. We got DK Metcalf, Pat Freiermuth, Jalen Warren, George Pickens, a good offensive roster, an upgraded offensive line, and we have Mason Rudolph. And tomorrow's our biggest decision factor, right? The first player that originally came on the list was Jalen Milroe, which Jalen Milroe did not have a good year at Alabama last year. Yes, he's a very mobile quarterback. He can throw the deep ball very accurate, very well, but his short game is not so good, and his decision-making is questionable at some times. I know most people compare him to Lamar Jackson because that's the closest player you can compare him to, but, man, I just don't know. I don't. It's like taking a huge gamble, especially with Arthur Smith as the coordinator. It's taking a huge gamble here with Jalen Milroe. So, I'm like, if I really had to be honest with you, I'm like 80-20 to not take him, because I'd rather have a guy like Jackson Dart. I really would, but I don't even know if Jackson Dart's going to fall that far down. And then the second guy, and the guy that's been the most recent conversation in the NFL draft. The guy that was supposed to be a top 5 pick. The guy that even the Saints, when the Saints lost Derek Carr, they most likely were going to draft Shadir Sanders. Now they're not even talking about that. The Giants aren't talking about drafting him. Now he's almost fallen all the way down to the Pittsburgh Steelers. In which, hey, I'd like taking him if he's there. Because do I think he's a cocky quarterback that has a cocky-ish type attitude? Yeah. But he's going to question the intelligence of he's going to question the intelligence of coaches and football minds because of who his dad is. Because he's been coached by his father his whole life. His father has been in his ear. His father's a Hall of Famer, one of the greatest to ever play the game of football. He's going to be in his ear, so yes, he's going to so people are worried that he's arrogant, that he questions people's intelligence of the game of football. He's going to with, growing up with his dad. I think Shadir has a lot of talent, and I think he's got a lot of potential. I know people think Jackson Dart and, Cam Ward are going to be solid picks, which I think they're going to be solid picks, but I think leaving Shadir Sanders out of the equation is kind of a miss. I don't know why so many people are willing to leave him out, but hey. So, long story short, the Steelers